Hello everyone, how are you doing? Last week I finally decided it's time to do something that should have been done well before beta started. But because it's kinda tricky thing to do, I was just endlessly postponing it. I am talking about sound design. And why have I been avoiding this topic for so long? It's a really good question. But before we get to that, what game am I talking about? Well, I am talking about Game Defenders. And it's the game I've been working on for more than a year now. It's my story-driven match-3 game with tower defense and RPG elements for Android and PC. And if you wanna know more, then go ahead and watch this playlist. So, what's the reason? In short, because I suck at it. If you look at Walker of Honor, there are no sounds at all. And it's not because I didn't want to implement sounds, but I just couldn't make or couldn't find any sounds I could use. It's a very similar story with puzzle pieces. Besides soundtrack, there is like 5 different sounds that took me, if I remember correctly, more than a week to put together and into the game. And honestly, it's not that hard to put sounds into the game, it's hard to get these. Recording these is literally a nightmare, so I'm much better off getting these sounds elsewhere. But you know, there is this puny thing called rights and ownership, so I'm legitimately limited to only royalty-free sounds for commercial use. And don't get me wrong, I am really glad that these sounds and communities around these sounds exist, because without these, it would be literally impossible. But let's be honest, trying to get sounds from these sources is like diving in a sewage tank looking for barrels. So in a way, I took my diving suit and went down deep to explore the depths of any royalty-free sound website I could find on a quest to find simple sound for melee and ranged weapons. And I'll be entirely honest, after this experience, I am legitimately terrified of the magic effect sound effects I'll have to basically make from scratch probably. Anyway, the worst thing is that I didn't even finish the job in time, because I managed to get like 5 useful sounds that match the style and theme of the game, and I also had to edit these. Some were okay and all I had to do was just turn the volume down slightly, but others needed a lot of trimming and other audio magic I didn't even know exist before, and I don't even know how to call it. So anyway, beside that I got distracted. You see, with puzzle pieces I only had 2 sources of sounds, but that's not enough for a game like Game Defenders. So I wanted to try a different approach. I created new prefab, which is like complex reusable object for games in Unity, and I added sound source to it. So if you have no experience with sounds, well, for a sound to be heard in games, you need place where it comes from. That's the source. And you also need place that will detect it, like a microphone in real time. That's usually camera or the main character. So anyway, now I created this prefab that is capable of producing sounds, and I added script, some sounds, and voila, I can have as many sound sources as I want. And of course there are some questions, like, is that good solution? I don't know. Is that cool solution? I hope so. Does that allow me to play as many sounds as I want? Hell yeah, so it's the solution I'm gonna use. Anyway, that's where I got stuck with all the sounds. So instead I started procrastinating and I added this to the game. I'm not really sure if it's something that was missing, but let's be honest, I like it, so it stays. At least you can tell how much damage something is causing to the hero. And I'm still not sure if I want this to be hero only thing, or maybe enemies only thing, or maybe both, or maybe make it toggable, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. So far, it works only for heroes, but adding it to enemies would be relatively easy thinking, just 1 line of code. So, that's what I've been working on the whole last week. I'm not really happy with the sound design, but I am for sure happy with the numbers and the effect it has on the game. I also did some work on other side projects, but I will talk about it some other day. But hey, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, consider subscribing, as I would like to get to 100 subs in order to unlock custom URL for my channel. Don't forget to check all my social media, link to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord server, and all my games as well. All these links are in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and until next Monday, see ya!